What's up, Dolphins Twitter Nation, Dolphins Facebook, whoever the fuck is listening? We're back. And I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. We're back. We had some fun watching football last week. No, we didn't actually. I'm rocking the Devon Best today. And I mean, Joe Robbie wanted to see Ghost back. And now you got fucking Ghost back. So we're gonna
now you almost look like your avatar, bro. Like
we're gonna have a good episode, and this is what we're gonna do. How the fuck are we doing, boys?
Yo, shout out to me and Bobby real quick on the Tua shirts though. By the way, we did not call each other before this. That did not happen. That did not happen. The Devon Best is elite.
Yeah, that's just
one of my favorite Dolphins ever. Like,
yeah, Ghost is coming with a whole different.
He was just such a dog, bro.
Yeah. Such an underdog, great story, easy to root for. It was dark times too, so it was like the one thing we had going for us was Devon Best, the 5'8" wonder. Yeah, Ghost, you pulled it off tonight. I'm proud of you. You took the suit and tie off and you brought it, baby. We are glad to see it.
Well, fellas, we got Nicky Cast 2.0. It's gonna be a little bit of a different episode. We did watch the game last time, kind of like the Manning cast, but today Nicky is our guest. He is our friend here, and we're going to ask him some damn questions. We got Oos coming back on the field this Sunday at home at Hard Rock. That intro is going to go hard. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the pros. We're going to talk about the cons. I'll probably talk about the cons. I don't give a shit. Fuck everybody. I don't care. And we're going to have some fun. You boys want to get into it?
It just took a couple losses for Ghost to come back.
I'm back. I'm fucking depressed. I'm pissed off. And we're excited. And it's Snow Bunny
season. I'm mostly upset that we're not playing Creed.
Snow Bunny season. That's all I got to say. Let's go.
That was an L. That was an L for the brand.
Yeah.
It was an L and it was an L. It was an L for the Dolphins and an L for the brand. But let's get the intro rolling. Let's get Nicky up here. Let's dive into it. Let's get it.
I'm putting the helmet on as always.
The opportunity is right now.
Terrific defensive play. Intercepted. Off the block. Tua on the move. Going deep. Speedways. He's got Hill. He's got Hill. The Dolphins have recaptured the lead.
Well, I forgot to bring up Nick Hicks. So this is what happens when you don't have producer Eric in the background.
Hey,
this is what happens when you don't have producer Eric.
We miss you, Eric.
I'm over here chilling, reading some text messages like, yeah, Eric's got it. Don't worry. I brought the banner up and everything, dude. I was feeling good.
Nicky, what's up, baby?
I'm good, baby. What's up, boys?
Nicky dying from the house. Nicky needs.
Dude, the backyard looks great.
Thank you. Backyard vibes right now. The weather just broke 80 degrees. Actually, 90 degrees. I think it's at 89 out, so you got to be outside. You know how it is, those Floridians.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Nick gave me a tour backstage. We were hanging out, chopping it up. Man, the backyard, the vibes are cooking.
Brother, it's been a vibe, but the vibes have been a little sad on Sundays. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I think you guys know why. It's like this past Sunday, man, sad apples in the backyard. But this Sunday, it's gonna be a little bit different, I think.
Oh,
you have sad Saturdays too because of the Seminoles. Don't forget that.
Oh,
bro.
So you're a sad ass weekend.
I didn't think he was gonna do it to you, brother.
Man, you guys remember the tweet that I put out when they scored on their opening drive against Georgia Tech in Ireland? I put the Seminoles are so good and everyone is so mad. That's got to be the worst tweet I've ever tweeted. And I've tweeted some bad tweets. Everyone knows that. I've tweeted some off the chart bad tweets.
Yep.
That was you and Eric. You and Eric both are like, you guys don't understand. We have the best D-line in the country. We have the best O-line in the country.
Drive. It was like 11 plays, maybe even 9 plays. I think every single play was a success. It was just gorgeous. It was beautiful. And after that, bros, You guys know what happened. It was pretty fucking terrible to watch, honestly. I stopped watching. I watched the next game, and then after that, I refused to even put my eyes on a TV screen while they played. I wouldn't do it. And lo and behold, they haven't won. Or they did win. They actually beat Cal, which is crazy. They beat Cal, who apparently was so good. They only scored 9 points on us. So I'm like, all right, we got life. And then the SMU puts up a 50 points on us. So whatever. It is what it is, man. It's not fun. We do have the Canes this weekend. We are not going to win. We are going to get mollywopped.
Okay.
My boy Restrepo, though, I hope he scores 17 touchdowns. I hope Mark Fletcher, has 4,000 rush yards. Those are all guys that I've been working with since they were kids. I've known them forever. So, if it's going to be a bloodbath, let it be a bloodbath. You know what I'm saying?
A perform bloodbath.
Nick, speaking of Restrepo, we golfed with him once.
Stud.
And I remember him being super high on TVD, like super high.
Yeah, so him and Tyler were best friends. They were best friends. So, I mean, of course he's going to be high on him. They did everything together. Like, if you're a receiver, right?
Yeah, you come in with a guy.
It's probably a good move to become best friends with the quarterback, right? And, him and Tyler hit it off. Tyler's a really good golfer as well. So they would play golf all the time. They would obviously run routes, watch film. And he was sad to see Tyler go. But, I mean, Cam Ward's a dog. Cam Ward's out there doing his thing. He's doing his little – so, I mean, obviously Restrepo is eating off of that. So I'm happy about it.
A little razzle dazzle. Hit him with a little razzle dazzle. All right, let's dive deep. Let's just dig into this because we have no shortage of content today. Nicky, the boy, is back on Sunday. How does that? So obviously, you got to be brand new to Dolphins Twitter to know that you're close with him. You work with him throughout all of his years here with the Dolphins. You've trained him up and down, and we all know that. Knowing him personally and knowing that he's coming back, how do you feel about that? Like, just seeing the boy come back from injury after injury, just coming from college. You train him out of college after the injuries. He had the concussions 2 years ago, had him this year. The resilience coming back. He put on a hell of a presser. He seemed a little bit pissed off. I like salty Tua.
Yeah.
He kind of reflects the fan base right now, and that's good. I like that. There's some people I would say they didn't like the attitude. But what's it like just seeing him come back and just being this resilient and that presser itself?
So that Thursday night, I remember, obviously watching it. I was not at the game. I haven't been able to go to any games really this year. I just had a baby and kind of focusing on that, not going to games on Sundays, just a mission with a kid. So I remember watching it and like going to bed and like laying in bed thinking like, holy shit, is this the last that we've seen of Tua play football? That crossed my mind. And I'm just thinking like, damn, if that's really the case, man, that's fucking sad. And I'll remember it forever. And it'll always make me sad, And then I slept on it, obviously, and I woke up and just kind of thought about it again. And I'm like, no, there's no fucking way that this kid is not going to come back. There's just no, So my thought of him actually retiring was just a night's sleep. That's how long it lasted. Just because I know him and I know how much football means to him. And it's in his DNA. It's literally who he is, right? It's a cliche thing to say, but these athletes, it's all they've done their entire lives, since they were 4 years old. And now some of them are, 25, 26 years old for majority of their life, the vast majority of their life. That's all they've known is football, right? And you put so much into everything from little league to high school to college to pro day to rookie year to your second, third year, just growing every single year, all the work, all the countless amount of hours you put in. It's hard to just walk away from that, especially when you have a standard that you hold yourself to and you have a standard that you're trying to create inside the building, as he would say, inside the organization. You know what I mean? So it's just different, and I know that there was no chance that he was actually going to retire. Now, me, I had a very short football career. I was a good football player very young. I tore my ACL 3 times. kind of set me back a lot. But there was never like a risk of, hey, maybe you should stop playing. It was like, I'm going to fucking play until the wheels fall off. Literally. I did play until the wheels fell off.
Which they did.
Literally. I've had 4 knee surgeries. And then the final injury that I had a spiral fracture of my ankle. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this rehab shit. This sucks. I'm done. I am done. Football was fun. I enjoyed it. I have lasting memories. I was never going to go pro. I mean, that was never a thing. But if I had another year on the table, I could have played ball and I could have went back and played. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Completely different scenario for these guys, right? This is their livelihood. This is how they make a living. This is what they've spent their entire life being good at. So walking away from it, even though there's guaranteed money on the table, is not an easy thing for any of them to do, unless you're Luke Kuechly, apparently. I don't know. He just and
such a dog, man.
And our boy, quarterback for the Colts, can't remember his name right now.
Andrew Luck.
Thank you. I don't know why I'm blanking on that. And then and you remember the linebacker for the 49ers, the white dude, he was pretty good for like a year. And he was just like, you know what? I got a concussion. He's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm retiring.
I think I remember something weird. Like he was young. Like
yeah. It was his rookie year. He balled out his rookie year.
He didn't even. I don't remember his name, but I do remember that story.
White dude, linebacker, like kind of like right before the Fred Warner era. Yeah. Anyways, Google him. Someone in the comments there, look his name up.
Eric, Google it.
He's not there.
Eric. So again, your question, Chris. I mean, how do I feel about him returning? I mean, I knew this would come. I knew he would. I know he's going to go out there and he's going to do what he can do, and for me though, like the message that needs to be sent, if I was to tell him one thing is running into people is no longer on the table, but you just can't run into people. It doesn't make sense. Just don't run into people, slide. It's all good. No one's going to be upset, but again, like you're in the heat of the moment. It's a bang, bang play. You see a guy in the middle of the field, it's 3rd or 4th and 3. You don't really know where the line's at. Chris Borland, thank you. You don't know where the line's at. So I get it. You run into people. Not anymore. Can't do it. It's just off the table. But so that's the only thing that I would say, or that's my only lasting remark on the conversation of how do I feel about him coming back.
Nice. Love that.
I think speaking on what you would say, he kind of said so. His press conference for one was awesome. I loved it. As a viewer and a football fan, it was awesome. I could imagine being sitting in that room not feeling like it was awesome because he definitely wasn't having any of it. But man, they were like, what did you learn from this? He's like, don't get concussions.
Yeah. But that was a snide remark, man, because I'm sure he's at his wit's end, right? Like during this entire time, bro, I've not even texted him because I know his phone's getting blown up by everybody, whether they're saying, hey man, hope you feel good, or they're saying, hey bro, you should retire, or hey bro, you should do something, maybe you should think about, hanging it up. He's probably at his wit's end of it all. And I get that. And then you have to go stand up there when you are done with it. You've probably been done with it for weeks, and answer questions. And I'm sure those questions, it's not even really the question. Sometimes it's kind of how the question's asked. And, our media team, that's their job. Their job is to get clips, and their job is to get information. And if sometimes they got to ask a question that isn't a way that a friend or a family member or someone that cares about them would ask, that's their job. That's what they got to do. But I mean, I completely agree and understand Tua being irritated because, bro, I'm sure it's just been, Groundhog Day for him, to where it's meeting with these people, meeting with that people, hearing what your mom says, your dad says, your brother, this doctor, your agent, your marketing guy, and it's just it's a lot,
I will say this though, as short as he was in the beginning, when the good questions came out, hey baby, I love you, Harlow.
Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. I need to grab the baby.
Go. What I was gonna say is, although like he was super short in the beginning, everybody say hi to Harlow.
Baby girl's here. She's making her appearance.
Hey, fun fact about Harlow: she has the longest feet and hands I've ever seen for a
She
baby.
does have some.
She's going to be
D1.
she's going to be a center in the league, dude.
Look at these feet.
Look at those things.
She got finger toes, man.
And and that grip ain't no joke.
No, it's amazing.
Give me a.
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, give us a Simba.
You want to see
Tua
that
has
next string,
returned.
boys? Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Love the spread. Love the spread.
You gotta give me a Simba. Let's go.
I just woke up the whole
Jeanette's
neighborhood.
just like, baby, don't yell at her.
I know. But
Joe,
I didn't hear your question at all, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Joe, what was your question?
No, that's okay. So what I was saying is, although he was like super short in the beginning with like the questions that he knew were coming,
Yeah.
and everybody knew the answers to those questions, so I feel like that's why he was short. But when it came to like the juicy questions where like he was able to elaborate, he's gotten a lot better at speaking.
Yeah.
The maturity is, I've seen the maturity, man. When he first got here, I was like, dude, somebody get this guy a speech coach immediately.
It's confidence, man. It's like, you got handed the keys, and now, okay, this is your home now, bro. It's your rules. Whatever you say goes. And the keys were handed over to him, early this season. So yeah, man. I mean, look, he's come a long way. I feel like too, at the end of the day, it's more so him and his culture and just being respectful and listening to things. But then again, you get older and you realize that this is who you are and this is how you're going to answer things, and you grow. People grow. He's grown every single offseason in the weight room, on the field, in the boardroom, and even at the media table.
What about like from your perspective, like one-on-one, like from the moment you met him till like say this off season, like what was the biggest difference? Like, cause I know you've gotten to know him on a personal level, right? So like nobody really gets to know him like that.
So when I first met him,
working out is vulnerability. Right.
Yeah. So when I first met him, I remember the first time I met him. Did I ever tell you guys a story of how he became a client of mine?
Yes, but
somebody said they had a high-profile client that wanted to introduce to you.
So his agent,
you gonna let him tell it, Bobby, or not? It's cool, bro.
Let Bobby
make sure that was the story.
Just let Bobby tell it because it's Bobby's show. Let him tell it.
Eric, go ahead and drop goes down.
Bobby, how about this? How about you just tell it and I'll fact check you?
I don't know though. I was trying to make sure that was the story. You tell us so many stories. One of the benefits of having a great friend like Nick Hicks is you hear all the great stories. So I thought that was the story, but
this is Bobby just saying I heard it before everyone else. So I just want you to know that I knew it.
I trained a pre-draft client. His name's Khalil Herbert, plays running back for the Bears. And at the time, Tua and him had the same agent. And the agent had liked the work that we did, Chris Cabot, who I love, man. Chris Cabot's an amazing guy, an amazing agent, an amazing human being. Him and I still talk to this day. I'd love for him to send me more clients. Chris, if you hear me, send them my way. So he was like, hey, look, I got a guy that I think would be perfect for you and your program. His parents want to come by and see the facility. And I was like, okay, I've never really met NFL players' parents before. It's just kind of different. So sure. So he didn't even tell me who they were, and they came to the gym, and I was like, oh shit, I've seen you guys on that show about Tua. They posted, and I've seen you all over whatever. Obviously I've seen you on draft night. Very nice to meet you, Mr. Tagovailoa, Mrs. Tagovailoa, right? And they were amazing. They were awesome. I walked up, showed them the gym, showed them all the equipment, and talked about the program I put them on. Turns out that I was actually going to run a different program, someone else's program. Fast forward a month down the road, that actually fell through, and it became my program, right? So I had met the parents. I had met everyone. I did not meet Tua until the morning I was training him at 6:30 a.m. at his house. And he was the man. He was super respectful. Got up, Mr. Hicks, how are you? Appreciate you. What do we got going on? And that was really it for like the first week. After the first week, he started opening up. But I mean, if you know Tua and you're in Tua's circle, you know that he really doesn't invite too many other people in his circle. He doesn't have too many friends. He just has a lot of family and it's just, that's how he is. And I respect that, to be honest. I'm not sitting here, I wasn't going into saying, hey, I'm going to, become friends with the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. at that time I was 34 years old or 33 years old. He was 22. Like, what am I having in common with a 22-year-old? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of not like the level that I was at. And that's really not what I do as a professional, right? I train Dalvin, I train JK, I train all these guys. I don't go to the clubs with them. That's just, it's not professional. I would go if they invited me, though. No, I'm just kidding. I do get the invites. I'm just kidding. I do get the invites. It's just, we got a baby here and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
such a good out now.
As we kind of, started to develop a relationship, and I was consistent with him on, what we were doing, and he started seeing some results, and he started to get stronger and feeling better. He obviously opened up, and that's when he kind of started telling me a little bit more about him. And it was more so, what's up, Nick, not Coach Hicks, So, and then obviously, you get into year one, and I'm real close with this family. I'm talking to them every single day because his dad wants to know what's going on. And, you get into year two now, and year one was great. Year one, I feel like we were scratching the surface. There was a lot of things that I wanted to get done with him that we just really couldn't, because the first offseason, he was a mess. He was injured. He was coming off of an injury. It really wasn't healed. He kind of just got thrown into the starting role when Fitz was playing well, and that was just kind of a weird thing too. And the mindset wasn't really, hey, I'm going to be the starter this year. I'm going to kind of sit back and learn. It was just a weird year leading into an off season of actual work, right? So after our first season, we had our off season again, our off season meeting, and talked about what we wanted to get done in year two off season. And that one was another one. That was another great year where we, increased arm strength and increased lower body strength and a little bit of agility and so on and so forth. And then we go into year three. Year three, obviously, that's when we had to kind of figure out the concussion thing, right? And the break fall training, and why do I do this and why do I do that? And I ended up finding him a jiu-jitsu coach that I've known for a very long time. His name's Corey Davis, and then Adrian's the guy who runs the jiu-jitsu studio. I found them, and then all of a sudden we brought another person into the circle. And Tua, if he didn't trust you, he's not gonna let you bring other people into the circle. So we developed a relationship, man. We really did. And I don't talk to him as often as people think. People are like, oh, please tell him to do. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? I can't fucking tell you.
It's like the kid writing cards to Santa. Can you please tell
hey, can you do me a favor and just let him know that he should wear a visor like you did in high school? It would look so okay. I'll be very fucking sure to tell him to put a visor on his helmet, man.
No, it's at the top of your list for sure.
That's just not the relationship that I have with him, man. It honestly is more of a professional relationship. I'm with him every single day, 5 days or 5 hours a day during the training season. And I don't see him really at all during the season because he's got an in-season program that he does with Dave, the strength coach for the Dolphins. And Dave's the man. Dave and I were on the same page. Dave knows what I think he should do, and Dave will implement what he thinks he should do. And we work very collaboratively. So, Red, that's our relationship in a nutshell. He called me when she was born, wanted to make sure everyone was good and stuff like that. I'm going to I go to his house when, he invites me over. It's not like I just pull up and I can just, hey, what's up, bro? What do we got going on today? It's just not a relationship like that. Like I could do that at your house, Joe. I just pull up and say, what's up? It's just that's not a relationship that him and I have. And that's completely fine with me, So people, please know that I cannot relay information to him, and I will not relay information to him.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry. This entire time, all I could focus on is the baby and making sure that she was good. Like, this is like helicopter tooch.
Oh, but she's good, man. She's doing great. She loves being out here. She loves watching basketball. She loves watching. I think the Panthers. Are the Panthers still losing 3-1? Someone fact check me. I'm not happy about it, bro. The Minnesota Wild.
Stop asking for things today. You're making
He's talking to the comment section.
Oh, they're down. They're down 3. Yeah, they're down 3-1.
Hey, cheers, Iceman.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, man. That's what else you got, boys? Talk to me.
So, dude, like, honestly, like your other players, do you have a close relationship with the other players? Like, because I feel like you do have a close relationship with Tua for the fact that it is still a professional relationship.
100%.
Yeah.
I play golf with Tua. I played pickleball with Tua. I've been to Tua's house to watch a movie. I've been to all of Tua's birthday parties. Yeah, it's a good relationship, but it's not. Again, he's not like my best friend. People think we're best friends. We're not best friends. That's my boy. I care about him. He knows that, and he cares about me. We worry about each other's life events and what's going on in our lives. If anything were to ever happen to me, I know that he would reach out and be worried. Same for him. You know what I'm saying? So, his family is my family. My other guys.
I also think that's a testament to you because like he's one of the only athletes that you actually work one-on-one with. Everybody else is in a group setting.
Yeah,
you know what
he's
I mean.
One of the ones. Yep.
Yeah. So I feel like that's a testament to like him allowing you in his circle is just who you are as a human. You know what I mean?
And it's funny too, because Tua loves being with the guys. He really does. He wants to go out there and train with the guys, but that's not his program. His program's different. He doesn't need to be doing curvy linear runs, to a jump cut with the running backs, bro. Okay. It's not what we're here for. We need to
be jump cut slide.
Yeah. So, he wants to be out there with the guys. He loves that camaraderie, and it pushes him a little bit. But again, he's one-on-one because he has a specific program, and people hated on me for so long for trying to get this dude better. Like, that's all I'm trying to do is just get him better. You guys have to understand that. I'm not clout chasing. I'm not trying to get likes and clicks off of Tua. This is not what I'm looking for, bro. Someone asked me to do a job, and I'm going to do the job to the best of my ability. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing for over a decade,
Well, Nick, actually, hold on. Speaking of that, actually, to prove that, I remember specifically, I don't know if it was 2022 or 2023. You're like, I'm not posting a fucking thing about Tua on my social media.
100%.
He's like, you said I'm never going to post again. He goes,
I'm not.
You really haven't. He hasn't.
No, you said you're not.
Mark 30.
Why? Like, why? Because all it ever did was bring hatred towards me for no fucking reason. Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. But again,
Bobby will just text Nick. Hey, Bobby will just text Nick all day until he sends him clips to post.
Go ahead.
For the record, Nick does give me a crumb or two during the off season for you.
I do.
Don't get disrespectful. I'm only reading the detail.
Go ahead.
I do take care of Bob here and there, and then sometimes Bob will slip up and make a whole fucking post and be like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "I didn't even see that, Bob. I didn't know he posted that." It's like these photos of like Tua doing a speed ladder, like bullshit. Yeah. And Tua's out there. Tua's outside, boys. Bro.
But yeah, I remember that specifically. You're like, dude, I'm not even posting a fucking thing anymore. Like, I'm just speaking this bullshit. He's like, that's not what this is about. I thought I was just like showing fans that would be interested. Yeah. And then it just brought in a bunch of bullshit. And you're like, yo, fuck this then. No one's getting anything.
Do you guys remember when people were they had geographical overhead images of a lacrosse field? You make sure that throw wasn't 71 yards.
It was like 38.
That was an insane time. That was an insane time.
Fun.
That was when I was like, mentally, I was like responding to every single person.
Yeah,
I was like fighting every single person.
Oh, I gotta let my dog in.
And it was rough, man. I was like, I can't just fight everyone. Like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was 71 yards. I walked it off like 3 times that next day to like make sure I wasn't taking crazy pills. You know what I'm saying? But wild, man. It was a wild time.
That error proved to me that people just talk out their ass on Twitter because they were like, I'm tired of these videos. I don't want to see you training. Like, if it ain't going to translate, like, quit posting the videos. Then you didn't post the videos, and people were every day like, where's the is he not training? Where's the damn videos?
Bob, like, how many of those, Bob? How many of those videos actually translated when I did side-by-side videos of the exact drill that we worked on, and it worked against the Ravens. It worked against the Chargers.
The spin out. Yep, the spin out.
That's what I'm saying. When he actually dropped back, climbed the pocket, and threw to Tyreek down the field last year in game 1. Like, go to the Instagram, bro. It's on there, you know? And you know what? I posted a lot of things. I could have posted every single day. That's how much that fucking guy trained and how much he works. Yeah. I literally could have posted every single day, and you'd have been like, oh shit, he's out there. You know what I mean? But again, he's a guy that kind of likes to stay off the radar. And for me, he knows that I need to post some things and people are going to ask me questions. He's like, yeah, whatever, throw a little thing out there. But that offseason, Chris, I was like, fuck it. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. I won't do it.
I think we already know the answer to this, but since it's in the comments, sorry, Ghost. Tua probably would never do this, but have you ever talked about this or thought about this? Question.
The comedian? That's my boy.
Lewis is gonna join us on here one day. We've already been talking about it. But after seeing Mahomes in the quarterback show, seeing his trainer in season, have you guys thought about it?
That would never happen because Tua doesn't want anyone to ever really film him. He doesn't want a camera crew following him around. He doesn't want that. And to be honest, bro, what Bobby Stroup does for Patrick, I do not do for Tua. Bobby Stroup works exclusively for Patrick. He's with him all day, every day. Bobby Stroup left Texas to go to Kansas City to be Patrick's trainer, only him, all day, every day, forever. Okay, I don't do that. Just today, I had Jen and Ray, the 61 and 62-year-old couple that are losing weight. Then I had 8-year-old Donnie, who's a tennis player, soccer player, phenom, right? And then I had my boy John, who just wants to get swole. He's 40 years old. He's my boy. He wants to get back into shape. That's my life. That's who I train. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like, no, they're completely different things. If Netflix came on by, they'd want to film a different show, and it'd be a fucking hit. If they just walked around, perform all day, and filmed what we have going on there, that would be a banger. But Nick training Tua, that's probably, that's not, number one, that's not what Tua's going to want, right? And whatever Tua wants, I'm cool with. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to be like, oh, come on, Tua. Like, it'll be cool. No, I don't give a fuck, So, it sounds cool, but to get Jen, Ray, and Donnie a tryout. Bro, Donnie is the man. So let me tell you about Donnie. Donnie's 8 years old. He is the athlete of the century. He's got ADHD. You ever seen the wild thornberries?
Yeah.
He's the little guy they found in the bush, and he's nuts. That's him. And he's he's created multiple drills in between water breaks, during water breaks, in between stuff that I'm like, how the fuck did he do that? He'd be on his knees and he'd flip up and jump clear over the box and hit the ground and sprint and shake people. He's just a different kind of kid. That's what I did tonight, guys. I was there till 7:00 at night training Donnie, and it was a blast. We had a fucking great time. Netflix, come see it. Come check it out. You'll love it.
Let's put Donnie on the map.
Somebody asked me a question, by the way.
Donnie Weinschel, tennis phenom.
Pull that one up. Pull Hampton's question up.
All right.
Why does Tua get so much undeserved hate like that?
I think it has everything to do with, he was a very docile person and didn't really like the spotlight and didn't really, he's not polarizing, and he became polarizing. You know what I'm saying? Right. He's not some guy that's going to holy shit, what did he just say? Baker. You know what I'm saying? Right. Baker says, I woke up feeling dangerous. Okay, bro, go throw 3 interceptions. People think it's hilarious. They don't think Baker sucks, Right. So I think the fact that so many people want to know about Tua and get to know Tua, and he's not going to do your interview. He's not going to do this. He's like, no, I'm good. I think it's almost like people think he thinks he's too good for people when he really just wants to stay out of the fucking way, right? So I think the mystery behind Tua and that people really don't have a good gauge on him is probably a reason why they hate him, because
the thing is I'd also say it's also Miami. We've been deprived of a quarterback for so many years. So everybody is starving for success, right? So I feel like if he went to another organization, it would have been a little bit of a different story for him. Mm-hmm. I think it's everybody is just waiting. They're just on the edge of their seat waiting to be disappointed.
The thing about it is he's put up numbers, right? Okay, he hasn't won against big teams or big games in December, right? But it's not all on Tua's shoulders. It really isn't. It's a team game. There's 10 other guys on that offense with him. There's a guy behind a play sheet calling plays, right? There's so many other factors that go into playing football. And, at the end of the day, no one's going to really talk about that, because it's hard to kind of quantify really on paper exactly how much the offensive lineman did on that play or the receiver. Like, no one knows if the receiver ran the wrong route. No one knows the receiver broke off a little bit too deep or a little bit too short, right? And the person's not worth – like, Tua's not going to do what Rodgers did and say, you got to stay on the red line. That's it. Red line. Red line. Mike didn't go red line. Like, Tua's not going to do that. Tua's going to be like, yeah, I wish I had that one back. He's going to eat it. That's who he is. And, bro, it's for me, it's just – it's who he is, and the fact that he's a mystery, people don't like it. People can't stand it. And that's really it, man. Feel me?
Got that big Nick energy on. Let's go.
Yo, Jonathan.
Dude, so let's talk about the rest of the team, Nick.
Love it.
Your thoughts on McDaniel right now, as of his entire palette of work.
Underwhelming this year. Exhilarating last year. I don't know how the fuck we get from there to there. I really don't know. I'm not a football coach. I'm really not a football coach. I am a sports performance trainer. I'm a performance coach. I will get you bigger, stronger, faster. That's what I work on. The X's and O's of football, not my thing. But with that being said, what I'm watching is very vanilla. It looks like still preseason called plays, and maybe it's because we have quarterbacks in there that don't know the depth of the playbook yet, and I completely understand that. It's just it doesn't really make sense how we go from exhilarating to underwhelming,
Right.
And underwhelming's being very nice. Again, it's Mike McDaniel. Maybe him and Tua are perfect for each other, and people say, oh, well, the first game didn't look great, and then the Bills game didn't look great. Yeah, 100%. But guess what? None of those guys played with each other in any preseason games. You expect them to go out there and have, some sort of chemistry? No, it doesn't work that way.
We got spoiled by the Chargers game last year. We got spoiled week 1 Chargers last year.
You got to play in preseason games. Tua didn't play a snap. Tyreek didn't play a snap. Waddle didn't play a snap. I mean, they didn't play any snaps. And I don't know if that's their decision. I don't know. I have no idea, but to me, that makes the most sense. If you're not going to get out there and get the reps, then you're going to look like shit. Point blank, period. Mahomes played in every fucking preseason game. Every one. Played in every single one. I
always say that shit too. I'm like, dude, if Mahomes is playing in a preseason game, every fucking quarterback should be playing in a preseason game. I don't care what it is. Do a drive. If you can't.
One drive.
One drive,
dog.
3 games in a row, give him one drive. And dude, I know River got hurt, and that sucks. That fucking sucks because he was going to be wide receiver 3.
Yeah,
dude,
100%.
McDaniel loves him because he knows he's the only. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's the only wide receiver on the team that knows the X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
he's the only receiver on the team that knows every route tree.
He knows it all out of necessity.
Blocks his ass.
You know what? The River is such a special football player for many reasons. Not only because obviously smart, understands the offense, first one in,
blue collar guy, real locker room guy,
lunch
pail kids.
Date your daughter type guy.
You get it. No, but he played in a system under Mike Leach that forces wide receivers to become really good football players and really quarterback-friendly football players. So they just were in that little West Coast run and shoot. I was talking to River one time, about college and, how he liked it was after Mike Leach had passed away, and we were just chopping up the field one day. And I said, yeah, how was it? Because it said it was really, really cool, and I learned a type of football that I never really would have anywhere else. And I was like, well, what do you mean by that? He's like, we didn't really have plays. We had zones that they had to receivers would just run to a zone and find space. There wasn't a route tree. You have the low zone, the mid zone, the high zone. That's all it was. And the quarterback just knew that there would be guys moving to space. So they would have to find the space and sit and be quarterback friendly. And that's exactly what he is with Tua. That's what he was in Baltimore, in the Baltimore game. That's what he was for, countless amount of touchdowns that we've seen them connect on. And losing a guy like that, that's tough because you're not going to be able to get OBJ, who is, a better athlete, bigger, stronger, whatever you want to fucking say. You're not going to be able to catch him up to speed with the chemistry that Tua and River have. You can't.
Yeah.
So Mac Hollins was the same way for Tua. Mac Hollins was very quarterback friendly. Mac Hollins was like, "Hey, I'm gonna fucking get open, bud. That was it. Find me, and just throw it. Find me and just throw it." And that's why him and Mac had a great connection. He was very quarterback friendly. There's no quarterback friendly receivers right now, and or there weren't really. Oh my God!
Nick
don't even
feels a certain way about Sherfield.
We talked about that. I literally said that today.
Yep.
I said, man, Trent was such a good player too. Very quarterback friendly. It's
run blocker.
Amazing run blocker, sure hands, ran routes, and guess what? He knows Mike McDaniel's offense.
Fast 4-3 guy.
He knows.
And I'll say this though, because Jonathan asked about Malik Washington, right? I think that he's going to have a great role in this offense, but I think it all reverts back to McDaniel's offensive playbook just being so hard. It's just so hard for year one guys to really get playing time.
Yeah,
it really is tough.
Yeah,
real quick,
Odell looks lost.
Just because this is such an elite reference, and if you know, dude, this is on point.
Dude, that was so good. Was so good.
I have no idea what the fuck.
Yo, that is so fucking accurate. That was the best game, dude.
The snowboarding game for like PlayStation
one of the best PlayStation games I've ever played in my entire life, and you just fucking nailed that. That is so.
I never play video games, man. I never played that shit.
Dude, this was like in 7th grade.
I know. I never played video games. I had an older brother that played video games, and he would create fucking 99 overall players on Madden, and he beat me 135-0. And I'd be like, "Oh fuck this shit! I'm done. I'm gonna go outside and play with my friends." But
Yeah, I was the older brother that made the creative player.
Hell yeah. He would create some team, bro, and he would give me the Barcelona Dragons. I'd be like, "Bro, what is this team?" Oh, trust me, they're good.
They're really good.
They're good.
These dudes are great.
NFL Europe they used to put in there.
Bro, I think my little brother cried so hard.
2004.
I had my brother punching walls after video games.
Yeah, I was your brother.
Yeah,
I was your brother.
I don't even think I knew you had a brother.
Controllers I broke, bro.
Yes.
I said, "Yeah, good. Fuck your controller. I'm out. Meet me outside and let's play some horse or something, bro. I'm not playing these video games, dude."
Well, there's a lot of bad to talk about from this last few weeks, but one thing that seems to be, knock on wood, hopefully, on the uptick is Jonnu Smith and his involvement in the offense. Jonnu's had
Friend of the pod.
Jonnu's coming on strong, man, and
that's my boy.
He's showing his playmaking ability because it's not like the plays are awesome. It's not like he's wide open in space. He's just getting the ball in his hands and making plays.
Yeah, I reached out to Jonnu and I said, "Damn, I'm so glad they're feeding you, bro." And he's like, "Tell him again. Tell him again." He's just intense as fuck. And I was like, "Yes, I will."
Bro, by the way, thank you so much for getting him on the pod, dude. He was awesome, man.
Yeah, Jonnu, that was my favorite episode.
Is great.
That was my favorite episode, 100%.
You know how many times I've
that's
heard
him every single day, bro.
Jonnu
Jonnu's an amazing dude.
It was the one that we it was the one we least expected for it to be like a hit and it ended up being all of our. We got off like.
Why is that? Why is that, Bob? Why is that? Why was it the least? No,
I
dude.
told y'all.
Listen.
I fucking told y'all. I tweeted this shit the day he fucking scored the touchdown.
If you look back to August 27th.
It was a random Tuesday on a random space. Ghost was telling everybody how big Jonnu's package is.
Wasn't that Omar Kelly talking about Jonnu's package, or did he get that from you?
No, that was Omar.
He's so weird.
Yeah. No, but Jonnu, what you saw on that pod is exactly who he is, bro. He's an amazing guy, an amazing football player, an amazing father. He brings his kids to all the workouts. They jump into workouts, and they're all sick athletes too, man. He's the best. He honestly is the best, bro.
You got to get him back on here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one for sure. Jonnu, again, especially like that after this awesome season he's going to have, because I know it's going to keep going up from here. Yeah, Jonnu is going to be awesome for volume 2.
Yeah.
Dude, Nick, who's the oddest athlete you've ever trained?
What do you mean by odd? Like, what's your definition of odd?
Like you're like, dude, I don't understand this dude. Like,
damn, should I even say someone's name? This is a trap. Well,
if they come and go, it doesn't really matter.
He can still be good people. He can still be good people. I'm just saying, like, damn, he's like, That's a different dude. Like kind of like Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins is weird as shit.
Yeah, no, Mac's a different breed. Dude, I remember. I mean, I got a couple of things. I didn't really train Reed Sinnett. You guys remember Reed Sinnett?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
The quarterback.
Yeah, Reed Sinnett's awesome. So I didn't even know. I didn't know who Reed was, but Tua had like got the guys together, and
Oh, I know this story. It's a good one.
yeah, Tua had got the guys
it's a
together.
good
Dude,
one.
you did train that weirdo.
You did train that fucking weird. We killed it, bro.
Yes. He actually didn't have his gay lifting shoes on though, so I don't know if it counts.
Oh no, doesn't count.
Practice
Those
safe
are
sets.
Versace.
I practice safe sets. Don't fucking safe sets, bro.
So yeah, Reed was sitting there on the bench, on the gate, just reading this book, and this book, I'm telling you, was this thick. It was thick. It was a thick ass book.
Now, was he reading it or was he pulling a LeBron?
No, he was in the middle of it and he was reading. He was deep into it. And I was like kind of like watching him. I was setting the field up. He was in the book and he was going a couple pages, just reading it. And I was like, "What's going on, bro? I'm Nick." He goes, "Oh, how are you? I'm Reed." And I was like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come throw with the guys." And I was like, "All right, cool." I said, "What are you reading?" Bro, the name of this book, I can't even recite it, but it was about the economic differences of Southern cultures on the Northern Hemisphere comparative to the European boundaries of the, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, it's just, it's piqued my interest and I picked it up off the shelf and, I'm halfway done with it. And I'm just like, that's fucking crazy. That's got some quarterback shit. That's some NFL backup quarterback shit who just the smartest guy in the room, probably knows so much about football, knows every offense ever. And just, yeah, I got that. Oh, you're on that West Coast 97 Shanahan? Yeah, I got that. That's easy. I know all. So that was Reed. And Reed's awesome. I still talk to Reed to this day. Reed's got a cool little quarterback training thing going on right now, which he does teach a lot about the X's and O's. And I try to help him out, sending some guys. But I would say the oddest Florida State Seminole, Ryan Izzo, tight end. He was a free agent. I think he's in the XFL. But during this period for training right now, it's like weird, right? I got guys that are free agents that are staying ready to make a team. I got guys that are veterans that will sign anywhere they want. They just want to figure out which team they want to sign to. And I've got guys that have, probably have no shot in the world, but hey, they might get the call one day, right? So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. Like Calvin Munson, who's a former Dolphin. He actually just signed practice squad with the Vikings. So he's gone. And I got a couple other guys. One of them, not this offseason, was Ryan Izzo. And Ryan Izzo would basically make me put on a practice on the field every day. There would be a warm-up I'd put him through. Then we would get into tight end indie drills. He would put fucking pads on my arms and beat the fuck out of me, dude. He would hit me and do like block downs and releases. Then we would get into a special teams period, bro. And I would have to do special teams fucking drills with him. Swear to God.
Stay in your lane.
Bro, and then we would get into one-on-ones, I'm sorry, routes on air. And then get into like each day of the week had like a different segment of what we were doing. Like it was intermediate stuff, deep stuff, goal line stuff. And he had it all written down on a loose sleeve piece of paper that was violently ripped out of a composition book. Like, it looked like it was a triangle shape. There was half of the words on the page were missing. And I'm like, all right, so it says indie period here. You have 3 drills. There's only 1 drill. What were the other 2? Oh, we're going to do a diamond release. And then we're also going to do a block down release. And I was like, all right, cool, bro, whatever. Just give me the fucking pads. And I'd just be out there getting beat up. Josh Hammond was out there every single day. Josh Hammond now is the receivers coach for the Chargers, which is pretty dope, man. It's super cool seeing him on the sideline. He was out there every single day. I had a couple other, free agent guys. And
who was the other guy that was a Dolphin, the linebacker? I can't think of his name right now.
Calvin Munson, no?
No, it was another one, man. Jeez Louise.
Linebacker?
I think Calvin Munson's also like low-key tight. Like wasn't Tua went to his wedding on the West Coast?
They're very tight.
Yeah.
Very, very tight. Yeah, Munson's an amazing dude. He's Super Bowl champion with the Patriots.
Yep. Patriots.
Munson went to Wisconsin or no?
You know, he went to San Diego State. Oh, you're talking about Vince Beagle. Yeah, Vince Beagle.
Yeah,
Beagle.
Yeah, Beagle. Beagle.
Dude,
be out
Beagle's
there
a
doing
good dude, bro.
Yo,
Beagle's
so-
a cool dude.
Beagle be out there with his helmet and his mouthpiece in, going fucking
Oh, my
crazy,
God.
bro.
I
Beagle's
just
a
remember.
dog, bro.
I don't even remember what it was. I'm sure one of y'all will immediately remember this. He tweeted something crazy and then got cut.
What did he tweet?
I don't know if it was relative to each other.
So the
Do y'all
thing with
remember that?
Beaks, bro.
No.
Beaks had a good career. He just had back-to-back Achilles ruptures.
Oh, I think he was
back to back.
I hate to even say this right
yeah.
now. You
So-
just rung a bell with the Achilles thing. He was in, so he quote tweeted something about getting Deshaun Watson to Miami. He hyped it up.
Oh,
People was
okay, yeah.
cooking
So
him.
yeah, remember,
He was
people
getting
thought
cooked.
people thought that he was the anonymous source in the locker room talking shit about Tua. I asked him on the field. I said, "Was that you?" He said, "Nah, that wasn't me. No, I love Tua." And I was like, "All right."
I remember
Beagle's the
that.
man.
Though. That's what it was. He
was
he quote
definitely
tweeted
X,
something
bro.
that said that we were close to getting Deshaun Watson or something, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Let's go!" And he got cooked to oblivion. 2
remember
weeks
that.
later, he was cut. I'm not saying it had to do with that, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
that's the last thing I remember because it's the last thing he gave
Yeah.
us.
No,
Bro,
look,
if we had to choose
Beagle's
one
an
person that
awesome
was.
guy. Beagle
Nick.
actually loved Flo too. He liked Flo. He thought Flo was a great coach.
Defensive guys apparently did so like that, and
Yeah.
that makes sense. He's a defensive guy, so like
Yeah.
Look at Gink.
There's kids, dude.
Gink's crushing it right now.
Oh God, Gink is.
Gink is a man, dude.
Bro,
We knew that,
Coach,
though.
You keep
We
bringing
knew
it up
that.
on the timeline, dude. Deshaun Elliott looks like a fucking dog.
Yeah. Well, Deshaun Elliott was good with us. He was
I
good.
know, but he looks even more insane this year, dude.
He took another
Seriously.
step. But let's be
Yeah,
honest.
man.
When we signed Deshaun Elliott, he had bounced around. He like played for the Ravens. He was like a backup. He had made some flash plays, but he wasn't like a huge deal. He was a low key signing. And
I love
he
Deshaun Elliott. Deshaun
overachieved.
Elliott is an enforcer. He likes
Yep.
to run around and hit people, and that's something that that this team's been missing, bro. This guy tried to kill Patrick Mahomes in negative 15-degree weather. A piece of Patrick Mahomes' helmet chipped off and flew into
This
the
is true.
stands. So,
Talking about physicality, exactly. This is a good point. Like, bro, I was watching the fucking Steelers and Jets game. I was watching the Ravens game. And I'm like, dude, I'm not talking shit on the Dolphins players do, but like these other teams play with like a swarm intensity.
like they're
Everyone's
infected
fucking-
with rabies, bro.
Everyone's
They
hitting.
fly
I'm like,
around.
it
pissed
looks
off.
different. If you like you're blind, or like you're blind, or like you're just delusional. If you're gonna call me a fucking hater for that shit, but like all these other teams, the Steelers specifically, I mean, they're always hitting. Like it's an AFC North team. You're always gonna hit.
Yeah.
Even the
You know,
Jets. The
Ravens,
Jets are flying
obviously.
around on D.
Dude, it's different.
Yeah.
I was literally sitting on my couch watching the Steelers game. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't see this on Sundays when I watch Miami. I'm sorry, I don't.
I know.
Only Jalen
like-
Ramsey. That's the only
Jalen
one
Ramsey,
flying
though,
around
yes.
hitting people.
Jordan
That's
Brooks.
true.
Hey, Jordan Brooks is a dog.
Jalen
David
Ramsey.
Paul's a dog, too.
Those
It's
are
just-
those two are the best
me,
in the
it's just
secondary
like-
right now.
I don't know, man. It's the physicality factor.
Jalen Ramsey is the most physical person on that defense right now, bro.
And to be
this
honest-
guy plays every snap like it is his last snap in the
Yeah.
NFL. It's
Yeah,
I
he's
think
a
Marcus
man.
May needs more reps. I think Marcus May needs more reps.
insane.
I like
He had
Marcus
a-
May.
he had amazing
Well, he's a
game.
Dude,
seasoned
he's
vet.
another
I
one.
mean,
He's an enforcer, bro. He wants
and he's
to
been
hit.
around the block, so there's nothing you can throw at him that he's gonna like be like, oh, what is this? Like he knows everything that you could possibly throw at the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm
I wanna
hoping
go back-
David. Oh, I'm so sorry. Go.
Oh wow, he gave it to me. He never gives it. He never gives
No,
it up.
I'm being very
Let's
nice right now.
go! I want to go back to the press conference just real quick, and I don't want you to get messy, but Tua's. Do you think there was any animosity with Tua being put on IR and like him thinking that he shouldn't have been held out so long? Because they asked him, "What do you think about what the team did putting you on IR?" And he said, "Well, what I think," and then he stopped and he said, "Well, I think the team did what they thought was best for me." And it kind of like to me, it kind of hinted at like I thought differently, but I know they did what they should have done for me.
I mean, I don't know, bro. It's speculation, obviously. I don't know what he was thinking, but knowing Tua, there's no way that he probably wanted to figure out how to get back on the field that same night on Thursday. You know,
Yeah.
he's probably going, I'm fine, I'm good. Yeah, you know, like I'm good. So him being put on IR, knowing he's gonna have to miss 4 weeks, I'm sure it pissed him off. I'm sure it was upsetting because he's a warrior, bro. You have to understand that he wants to play. He wants to be on the field. There's nothing more that he wants in the world. He just wants to go out there and ball. So, yeah, I'm assuming he was not happy about the decision. I don't know about the decision. It doesn't make any sense. I've never seen anyone else go on IR for a concussion ever.
5 weeks.
So I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
It's unprecedented. It's literally unprecedented.
To be honest, Chris Kellner just asked a good question. Honestly, bro, like we were all super emotional Sunday, Monday, like even a little bit today. I was a little emotional about it, but dude, no one's going anywhere. They just extended to it, and they just
there's gonna be no firings. There's gonna be no firings midseason. I can guarantee that.
Yeah.
There's gonna be no like random Tuesday morning Robert Saleh stuff for sure.
And there's gonna be no trades.
Yeah, they're going to see this one out.
But honestly, to answer that question, I don't think Tua goes because Mike goes. That's not how the business works. That's not how the NFL works. It really isn't how it works. You know, it's not like fucking Broward County, St. Thomas Aquinas. Oh, I'm going where my coach goes. No, it's not how it works. You know, you move on and you keep playing football. Like that's what happens. And you know, and guess what? Maybe a couple years down the road.
Your boy Doc is in here.
Oh, the DLC.
Yo, we're gonna get Doc in here one day.
100%. 100% got to get the DLC in.
Dude, since we're talking about this bullshit, expectations for this season. Like, if we get to 4-4, and it's going to be fucking hard because this regime, since this build, has never won in Buffalo, and it's always been a blowout, except for that 1 year, 2022. It's always been a blowout, and it's been a horrific loss. Again, the defense, I will give Tua his credit. In 2022, he balled the fuck out. Jalen Waddle always balls out against the Bills in Buffalo. Even Bills fans say that. They're like, we're not worried about Tyreek when you come with the play. We're worried about Jalen Waddle. Like, I've heard them say that.
That was such a good performance, man.
The defense, you know, it sucks that the defense let up a field goal. You know, it's hard to hold Josh Allen. You only need 40 yards once you get the ball now. But, dude, if this team, like, doesn't win a playoff game, and God forbid doesn't even make the playoffs, like, what does this look like in the offseason? Is it we're just running it back? Like, what do you think?
I don't know. And
first of all, are those two exclusive scenarios? Not winning a playoff game, is it the same as not making the playoffs, or as long as you make the playoffs, like everything's safe, you think?
I feel like since Tua's already missed 4 games, there's already
built-in excuse.
Yeah, there's already one that and that's unacceptable, right, to the fan base, right? Yeah. I also think that's unacceptable to Tua, right? Because there are 10 games left?
11.
11 games left. So I don't know, man. To be honest with you, though, I just don't understand how Josh Allen and the Bills play mistake-free football for 4 quarters against the Miami Dolphins.
Unbelievable football.
They just kill it. If they have a turnover, it's within the first 3 plays. It's never ever going to matter because it's so early. And you know something terrible happened. Someone fumbled. They'll never usually fumble. It's just they just play out of their minds against the Miami Dolphins.
You know what? I have to say it because I always tweet about it. Week 18 last year, if you count turnover on downs and that play before half where Jerome Baker stood up Josh Allen at the goal line, Miami's defense had 6 fucking turnovers in week 18.
Yeah.
They got 6 turnovers. Like, I don't care whatever way you slice it.
Yeah.
So I think there's an exception. I always want to point that out.
Like, yeah, no, and it's weird because the last 4 games of the season on offense were weird. You know, so they weren't good football, and everyone says, "Oh, they figured out Tua." Don't call plays with middle crossers. Just don't call it. You know what I'm saying? Set the ball up outside the hash, throw quick game, dump it down to the running back. You can call these plays. I think like it's not about them figuring out Tua. They're figuring out the offense, right? Because Tua's not the one saying, all right, Mike, I got it. Just get out of my face. Hey, guys, we're running double slants, you know, and I'm just going to find that window. That's not what's happening at all, you know, and you got to adjust. They're the best teams adjust. They evolve, honestly, throughout the entire season. They evolve. Like whatever they need to do to win in the quarters of the year, they do, right? And the best team that does that is the Chiefs. You know, I mean, Patrick Mahomes hasn't thrown a fucking touchdown in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He hasn't thrown a touchdown. And guess what? they don't have Pacheco. They got Kareem Hunt. You know, a guy that was
he looks awesome.
Around. He looks great. So it's like you adjust to what you
and Carson
need
Steele,
to do.
baby.
And I feel like there's a little bit of pride in it too, because like, yo, we've been scoring 33 points a game doing this. Let's keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because guess what? There's other coaches out there that are pretty good. There's other players out there that are pretty good, that understand football and understand nuances, especially since you've played 13 weeks, right? Oh, when they're in this formation and Waddle's got his right foot up and not his left foot up, this is the route they're running. They look at all that shit. All that shit is compiled into their brains. They're professionals. It's what they do, right? So adjust. You got to adjust. I wish we would have adjusted, you know. And
speaking of adjusting, how happy would you be to see McDaniel still run the ball 30 times and let Tua have a wide open play action game?
Dude, my dream stat line for a Miami Dolphins offense
here we go
is Tua 21-24 for 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 35 carries for 180, 2 rushing touchdowns. That's
and you know what's fucking crazy, Nick? You know what's crazy is there are dudes who will argue with you on the timeline. Why the fuck aren't we throwing the ball to our $50 million wide receiver? Like, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, those people were on the timeline last week. Like, while Huntley's staring at Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
and looks at him and goes, "I'm not going to throw the ball." That's why you're not doing it. And like, dude, there will be people that complain about that, and I can't believe what I'm seeing sometimes on the side on the timeline. I'm like, so you're saying if you can run the ball 30 times and have Tua throw it 25 and get a win, you're going to be pissed?
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
That makes no sense at all, bro.
That's football. That's real football. That's real football.
That's balanced
Detroit
offense football.
Lions
That's football
are doing
that can
it right
win
now
in
and
December.
dominating. The Detroit Lions are dominating with this team.
You made me think about something too, Nick. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong here. Do we even run running back screens? Like, do we run traditional, like, running back, release the D-line and running back screen?
I don't know if we're good enough at it. I don't know if we can block in space well enough, man. Because when we do break one for a 9-yard gain, it's a holding call. Something's going on. I just don't know if we're good at it.
Oh, my God.
So, like, I don't know if we're good enough at it. There's some teams that are just so good at it, bro. Like, I mean, the Lions, look at the Niners. They've been living off of it. The Chiefs throw a screen to a tight end you've never heard before who's white, not named Travis Kelce, and he sprays for 90 yards for a touchdown. It happens. So, not even Noah Gray, the other guy. They have another guy.
Justin Watson.
And talk about if you want to – yeah, it's Watson. You're right. And not that one. If you want to slow down a pass rush, running back screens.
100%.
If you want to help your offensive line, running back screens. You have to play discipline.
Man, I'm going to tell you guys, blocking in space is hard. It's very, very tough to do. There are guys that are good at it. They just have a knack for it. They're like magnets. They know how to track you down and hunt you down and stay in front of you, right? There's other guys.
Teron Armstead does a great job of it.
Yeah. Oh, what happened?
Aaron Brewer does too.
Appreciate that.
Aaron Brewer is good. Aaron
Brewer is a good center. He's a great center.
Yes, 100%. But I mean, you look at Trent Williams. You ever seen Trent Williams pull down the line? You ever seen Trent Williams?
I've seen Trent Williams go in motion and kick out a tight end.
So, I mean, that guy is just different in space. He's so athletic. He's big in space. Now, let's not even talk about offensive linemen. Let's talk about Julian Hill. Let's talk about Durham Smythe. Like, those guys have to block in space. It's hard. It is a difficult thing to do. The guys that are really good at it, George Kittle. I mean, that guy's a maniac. He just knows how to become a magnet and get his body on the body. Good, man. You know, so he's good at that. Well, Mark Andrews really doesn't even block in space. He blocks down the line, and he kind of
he's a sixth offensive lineman.
Yeah,
but I mean,
fair.
You know, Travis Kelce can fucking block, bro. Travis Kelce's pancaking people 25, 30 yards down the field. He can block. He knows how to get in front of you, and there's just special players, bro. And unfortunately, those special players, they come very few and far between, right? So it's hard to run those plays. It's really tough to run those plays. Sam Laporta, look what Sam Laporta's been doing this year. Not catching the ball well, blocking his ass off.
Holy hell, what a drop.
Blocking his ass off. I guess the point of the matter is if you want a fucking guy, you get an Iowa tight end. That's what you do.
Dude, Brock Bowers is him.
Yeah, Brock Bowers is a beautiful athlete receiver body that still wants to run through you, right? And that's maybe because he's a rookie. I don't know. That might be because he's not the biggest dude. He really isn't the biggest
he's not.
Dude.
I was gonna say, who's his comp? Chris Cooley, Clark from Colts.
No, not Dallas Clark.
Everyone says Gronk.
Clark was a dog.
Everyone says Gronk, but he's more athletic than Gronk. He's faster than Gronk. He's smaller than Gronk.
It's not. Yeah, it's not Gronk.
Aaron Hernandez.
Jesus Christ. That's not a bad comp though. If you get over the homicide suicide, that's not a bad comp.
Face.
Not a bad comp.
Don't worry, Joe Rabbit can hang around after that joke.
Jeremy Shockey. I like that.
I heard you, Ghost.
Good. At least somebody did.
So again, it's tough to run those plays if you don't have the personnel, and it's not like that kind of personnel grows on trees. Like respect Durham Smith, respect Julian Hill. That's tough shit to do. To be able to run in space and have a little guy who is one of 64 people in the entire world that hold the position at corner, right? That they get paid to get around you and make a tackle or disrupt the play. It's just what it is, man. So
you know who's impressive when he has the ball in his hands and he runs fucking angry? Jonnu Smith.
Oh yeah,
bro.
Yeah, Jonnu's a dog.
He runs like Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands.
Jonnu was a running back.
Yeah.
This is true.
He was doing running back drills.
Yeah. I mean, Jonnu, that's what he did, man. I mean, he's a great key. I'm glad that they're using him now. The past 2 weeks, they've used him well, and he's done his thing. He's done.
Talking about
when your tight ends get involved.
You mentioned him before. You mentioned him before. The tight end room. Durham Smythe, man. I caped for this guy for years. Like, I don't know what's going on with Durham this year, bro. I cannot. But prior to this year, I could not remember a negative play from Durham Smythe ever remember a negative play. And like, bro, this year has just been. Maybe it's because he's never made mistakes ever. That they just stand. It's almost like a cornerback where like, you don't mention them and they finally make one mistake and you're like, holy shit, he made a mistake. I feel like that's like Durham Smythe here. This guy never made mistakes. Always.
That's kind of how the timeline did Ramsey the first couple weeks of the season. So he gave it like a deep ball and they were like, oh, we paid this guy.
There's a pass interference.
Dude,
tacky.
I think that the vibe has been almost like everyone's kind of like scared to mess up. And when you're scared to mess up, that's when the mistakes are going to be made, right?
Well, why?
That's when you're out there
thinking too much.
Because they know that they don't got Tua back there behind center. They need to be perfect every single play, right? You have to be perfect. They probably preach that. We need everyone to be on their P's and Q's. And when you play like that, you're not playing free. Bad things are going to happen to good people, Chris. You know, that's what's going to happen. Sorry, Ghost. And, so for me, like as an athlete, right, when I played when I was playing well, right, I was confident in my game. I was confident in what was going on. You know, everything was like free flowing, right? And I think that's you jujitsu, right? You're confident in your jujitsu when you're flowing. You're out there just going, right? But when you're thinking and something goes awry, right, and the bullets are flying, you can't worry about that. You got to stick to what you know, stick to your game, and just play. Bad things are going to happen, right? You know, there's a game of football is little battles during an entire war, right? Battles will be lost, but at the end of the day, the least amount of battles lost will allow you to win the war. So you just got to get over it. But holding calls, offsides calls, the one that drives me the most crazy is a legal procedure and motion, like legal motion, like that legal shit right there, snap stuff.
That's timing though. That's on the quarterback.
I don't know what's going on, man.
It's got to be on the quarterback.
I think that Tua he's aware that like when you do send that guy in motion, you have to let him set. Or Tua knows that, and that's why I tell people it's not even about Tua being elite or not elite. Tua knows so many things that happen before the snap even happens. No one could ever come off the street and say that.
I put that shit on Mike though, because bro, you can't bring in Tyler Huntley off 2 weeks of practice and run every single pre-snap motion that
back pocket it. Put it in your back pocket, dude.
That doesn't make fucking sense, bro.
I'm with you.
So listen, we talk about like I'll use nursing for example. You have to read like from when somebody gets triaged in the emergency room bring them all the way back. Like every single step, you have to eliminate all the failure points. Any point that like this patient could fail somewhere.
Yeah.
Eliminate all those failure points and get them like efficiently put back there and get them booked. Right.
Yeah.
In football, like Mike McDaniel is adding all of these failure points for a guy who came in 2 weeks off, like for this offense. You need to eliminate those failure points, like for somebody who is not familiar with this offense. Bro, you can't have, we do not only just motions, there's 3 formation shifts, and then you have to make sure they're set, and then you have 2 motions. And then sometimes we motion, formation shift, motion back. Like I put that on Mike McDaniel. I put that on Mike McDaniel, dude. I put that on Mike McDaniel. Like I watch the Ravens again. Watch the Ravens. Watch the Steelers. Watch the Bucks. They line up and they snap the fucking ball. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Crazy concept, right?
Yeah,
and that's why Tyreek's out on every third down because he's motioning 50 yards before every play.
The window dressing pre-snap to me is overkill, especially when I'm sure teams have seen it and this is what they're doing. They're coming here, and I don't know, bro. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I feel like it's just keying what side of the field the ball is going to be dominant on.
Yeah,
I feel like it's always keying it.
God
bless that fullback dive, bro. I don't want to see that fullback dive ever.
So listen, that fullback dive, I watched it on obviously it was all over the timeline. That was an outside zone fullback dive. What that is? You're getting, dude. He's making so Aaron Brewer is so. Right here, this is I'll put this as Aaron Brewer. Defender is outside. He's out leveraged.
Outside shade.
The outside zone is coming this way, right? And he's already out leveraged, and he's making him reach block this guy this way, and he just blows up the play. Like he's completely out leveraged. If it was an inside zone, that plays a first down, probably a touchdown.
Yeah,
like,
it was first and goal from the 12, right?
And one of the biggest things was Tim Boyle came in, and this is where you look at the other keys of the quarterback. His footwork was inside zone. And if you look, Alec Ingold takes a full outside zone step, takes a stutter step because he has to receive the handoff inside and then break back outside. So it's just these little things that when you get your practice squad quarterback in, your third string, your second string, that like can screw up a play like so drastically. And I think that play was just like too complicated for the personnel that you had in at the time. And like everything from Tim Boyle, like he's coming in, like he doesn't get the backup quarterback doesn't get all the snaps. He's getting the minimal reps. And footwork, you can see Ingold takes that outside zone step, and then he has to stutter step back in because Tim Boyle has a straight drop back for the handoff. He doesn't. Yeah. He's not reaching for an outside zone. It's a straight drop back, and Ingold has to kind of take the handoff here and then bounce back outside. Yeah. It's just these little things that like I feel. I don't know. Obviously we're not in the coach's room, but I don't know how Mike doesn't
trying to fool everybody too much, bro. Just fucking go helmet for helmet. Let's fucking
like we were helmet on a helmet, and we were moving the ball. I don't even think he needed
went away from it.
And he went away from it.
Because guess what? As soon as he went down, he panicked.
You know how complicated an outside fullback zone is, like especially when you're out leveraged, and then you have the quarterback taking the wrong footwork. Like it fucked up the whole play. And Alec Ingold's not getting he didn't get a clean handoff on that play. He's fumbling with the ball, going up and getting stripped by 3 guys because he immediately got met at the line of scrimmage. Everyone was out leveraged, and he was getting stripped by 3 guys. Like there's so much more to these plays than what you're seeing, and it's wild, man. Like, and I think simplifying the offense would have helped us for 4 weeks.
I think Dustman makes a good point, and I've said this. It's not a good thing, but it is reality. McDaniel built offense for Tua, and it's working, but like it's only for Tua. Like when Tua's not there, it's like it's not going to happen, and he can't adjust. He hasn't changed. He can't simplify. And dude, we can all agree Tua needs to be back out there.
Yeah, he's the timer. That's a great way to put it.
That was awesome.
Tua is like you're putting on the stove and you set the timer, and he's got the timing. And you can see like sometimes Tyreek's like running across the line, and you can see him like looking at Huntley, like trying to slow down and speed up. It's just not there.
Yeah, I mean, Tua's put so many hours in with those guys, perfecting all these little things.
Yep.
Him not being there is obviously the reason why there's a lot more failures than there needs to be. But still, like you said, Ghost, you watch the Bucks, you watch the Ravens, they just line up and play ball.
There might be a formation shift here and
ball.
there, but they just line up. Dude, I saw an overload against the Ravens. I'm like, dude, we have Patrick Paul. I haven't seen an overload all season.
I think one thing too, what the hell was I even going to say? Y'all go ahead.
What about Jalen Wright getting 6 carries and then getting pulled after he had an 18-yard rush?
Dude, Jalen Wright's a dog.
I don't even know him.
I love his dad. I love his dad on Twitter.
So,
right?
Yeah.
Like, those are things like, what the fuck? Why? You know, like the hot hand. You got to give the guy the hot hand. Again, we're not coaches. I'm not a coach. I do not claim to be a coach. I'm not the guy that looks at the all-22 and tells you, oh, I'm not fucking Benjamin Solak or whatever his name is, who's just Mr. Football Wizard. That's not me. But the hot hand guy.
Just a guy.
Just a guy. I'm just a mortal man out here getting eaten up by mosquitoes in South Florida.
And I am starving, so we got to wrap this up soon.
Papa, go eat. We'll hang out. Dude, we're good. Dude, what are you making? Are you cooking?
No, I'm not cooking tonight.
Oh, you cook your
nasty home. I got home at 7:10.
You were playing tennis?
I had to fucking go pick up some money in Boca.
Good.
Oh, I gotta pick up money.
But
I mean, he asked.
Yeah. So like, we're not X's and O's guys. Or at least I'm not. You guys can, claim to be whatever. I don't give a shit. But if a guy's getting 8 yards a clip, 10 yards a clip, 14 yards a clip, feed him.
Stick to it.
Keep giving him the football. Keep feeding him, because things happen, right? Guys get into a zone to where they feel invincible. Like, this shit?
Yeah.
Feed and JK and feed me, bro. Feed me. I'm going to get to the goal line. And for me, I'm across the sideline doing this.
Yep.
Stop us. It's coming. It's coming. Stop us. You know what I'm saying? That's
One of my favorite parts is his dad on Twitter, dude. His dad knows he's a dog.
Curtis keeps it real, man.
Knows he's ready. Like, I love that shit. I don't know
why.
Hey,
shout out to Curtis and Jalen, born and raised North Carolina, baby.
Hey, that's nice.
He's right though. His dad is actually right. Like, he's not out here like being a dick, like that kind of football dad. He's like,
he keeps it real.
He's like, why did you give Jalen 6 carries and then bench him after he broke a 50-yard run, even though it got called back? Like, he like Jalen Wright almost got penalized for having a holding call on Durham Smythe that was ticky-tacky, by the way. Durham Smythe had outside leverage on him.
Yeah, dude, there were some calls that were
that was a good seal. That was a good seal.
Very good.
Yeah, that was crazy. But that's what you bring into the equation, like Nick was saying, though. When you got these guys flying around and blocking in space and they're not used to it, that's the chances you take.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I didn't see the hold, honestly.
But needless to say, we should not be giving random handoffs to Alec Ingold during an incredible drive.
I think we got to axe that fullback dive. I mean, it's worked less than it has.
The fullback stretch play?
I want to see Alec Ingold involved because
the next is going to be the fullback counter, coach. Don't worry.
Alec's a dog. And they got him involved in the pass game. He had a super nice wheel route, wide open.
Yeah.
Great catch.
Fullback wheel, baby. That was nice.
But that's his wheelhouse. That's what Alec Ingold's done.
Yes, he did that with the Raiders.
He's an athlete.
Stop asking him to do a fullback dive. The guy's not the biggest fullback ever. The guy's just
He's not Lusaka polite.
He's not that guy.
Play him where he's comfortable.
Yep.
I think the one thing, whether you think Tua is an elite quarterback or not, the one thing I think anybody with 2 eyes can appreciate now is that this offense and what makes it the razzle dazzle, all the moving parts that it ever was Tua. Like, there's no way you can watch the product on Sundays and not realize how much Tua did now. Now, can he win in big games? Can he win in January? Can the team win in January? That's another equation. But I have a newfound appreciation for Tua because just the dressing up plays, the ball fakes, the hand fakes, turning his back to the defense to turn around and whip an in route, all that stuff is gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he's back. He's back Sunday. So
bottom 10 defense too. I mean, this is a good get right game.
Bro, I can't wait to see him cook. All right, listen, Tua stat prediction. You ready for it?
I'm the worst at this.
Nobody's worse than me, bro.
No, you can't beat
16-1. 16-1. You're not beating that, dog. I'm gonna go 275
and a half.
Okay, that's fair.
2 tutties.
To who?
He's gonna connect a bomb to Tyreek,
Okay.
and he's gonna connect with Jonnu. And
Friends
no
of the
picks.
pod. Friends of the pod.
I think he's gonna have a clean game.
Friends of the pod.
And I'll go
23
of 28.
Look, if that's the case, I'll be happy. And for the record, if that's the case, we don't lose. There's no way.
I will be ecstatic if he goes 10 for 15 for a touchdown, 195 yards, and we run the ball for 200 yards, because the Cardinals' run defense is terrible. They're not good. Run the football. Win the game. Start the show over.
Give me 230, 215 in the air. And
I'm good with that too.
30, 35 carries. Get it moving. I think that's another thing
to be a little fluffed up because he's going to hit Tyreek on the bomb. So
all right, now, what do you really think the stat line is going to be, Anthony? Is Tua going to go 38 for 47?
I was thinking 32 for 32 of 37.
Fuck, man. And again, Mike McDaniel's got his guy back. Who knows? He's like,
I truly believe Mike McDaniel learned, especially because Huntley missed so many open guys. I think that he learned that the run game is going to make more big plays for Tua.
We gotta let the run game complement the play action game and take your shots.
Do think.
Let the run game help your shots.
Brother, Jared Goff is the fucking script for Tua. I'm sorry. You got to run that same scheme, bro. That is the fucking scheme. That is it, dude.
Is this your first public reaching out for Ben Johnson as the next head coach?
Oh, shit.
Wow, Joe. Nice. You didn't even mean to, but nice. Hey, I like it.
Ben Johnson.
I'll go on record. Fuck it.
Ben Johnson ain't going anywhere, pal.
That's no secret, though. We all know Ben Johnson's awesome. Everybody wants Ben Johnson.
By the way, there's a photo somewhere, dude, of me in a Lions Barry Sanders jersey, and I was like 5. I gotta fucking find it and let everyone know who I'm a true fan of.
Flip flopper.
One pride, bro. One pride.
Yeah,
I'll say this. I definitely think we see an interception Sunday, just because I know Tua. This isn't even a down thing. Tua's gonna be itching to take that shot.
Yeah,
and he's gonna force one early, and he's gonna be like, he can come back. You're gonna see that come back from commercial. They're gonna have him on the bench, and he's gonna be like with his iPad. He's gonna be like, and he'll come back out. And he'll be fine after that. But I do think Tua, he's itching. Look at that press conference, man. He's ready to go out there and shine, and he's gonna force one. And he's going to get him an early, ugly interception. And it's going to be all right.
Ugly? Damn, you even had to put ugly on her.
Is there pretty ones?
No, but I mean, there are some that are like, oh, it got tipped and whatever. But you're talking like
forcing it. Right in somebody's chest.
Nick, I ain't gonna lie. Like, Tua has thrown some of the ugliest interceptions I've ever seen in my life.
Listen.
I didn't want to double down. You're right. They're never pretty.
That Buffalo where he didn't reach the sideline might have been his worst.
The interception that he threw in the Buffalo, the third one, that was trying to throw it out of bounds. That one was really bad. The other two, one went off of a guy's fucking nostril, hit the player in the nostril.
Correct.
And,
that was a good throw.
And then the next one, Robbie Chosen, ran a 7. He ran like a 19-yard curl. Tua thought he was running to the sideline.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss touchdowns so much. I miss touchdowns to the core of me.
Yeah. Dude, I forgot. Remember they would have to allocate time. They would allocate time to practice touchdown celebrations last year.
Hey, being there though, we can all attest for this. Being there, experiencing him getting arrested before the game, then him catching that bomb when he did, and Waddle arrested him in the end zone. Dude, this stadium was electric.
That was awesome.
Holy shit, the stadium was electric.
Bro, I mean, those are the big plays are going to come back, man. The big plays are going to come back. The game against the Bills, I just don't know what it is about them. They just play mistake-free football against us, and we play the worst we play. It just doesn't make any sense. Something's got to give somewhere down the line, though. I think the odds are in our favor for us to actually beat them.
They gotta be.
I mean, because it's weird. It's like very imbalanced when we show down, when we play them. It's just weird. Like they're just superheroes versus civilians.
Something's got to give, dog.
Something's got to
They'll
give.
They'll beat us 38-10, and the next week, a middle of the pack team, they'll get in a dogfight 13-10.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
What the hell
they'll
is the
lose,
difference?
or they'll fucking lose to. I mean, shit. They had some weird losses last year, bro. They had some weird losses last year. And then who'd they lose to this year? They lost 2 losses. They lost to the Ravens. They got the brakes beat off of them. And who else?
That was
They
wild.
jumped the Bills.
If you pressure Josh Allen and you make him, play hero ball, and he's going to make mistakes.
First half. We were cheering. I remember we were cheering at Hard Rock. We're looking at each other like, "Fuck, the Cardinals are smoking the Bills right now."
Oh, the Cardinals, yeah. Well, that was the first game of the year too. Josh Allen kind of figuring it out with his receivers. I mean,
They lost
running
to the
the football
Texans.
very well. They're running the football very well. James, it doesn't matter who's back there, whether it's James or this dude Ray Davis. They're running the ball really well.
Look at this stat. This bodes well for Tua.
It bodes well for
I agree.
everyone.
Why is
It
it
bodes
gotta
well
be
for
Tua?
everyone.
All right,
I
so
voted for the
projection,
Dolphins,
8-3.
Chris.
8-3. I'm taking the easy route.
Yeah, I think 8-3 is fine. If that's true. hell
The
yeah.
Texans lost to Stephon Diggs' revenge game, or the Bills lost to the Texans.
Yes. The Texans are a good football team.
Great football team, and I love watching.
It does seem like the NFL is watered down this year in that like there's only like 2 or 3 good teams, if that.
But
Hey,
then
Nick,
those
this
2 or
is-
3 good teams, like,
And they're all
with
the
one
AFC.
injury away from being terrible.
Correct.
Really. Like, I don't want to say it. Lamar Jackson goes down, the Ravens are going to be awful. Jared Goff is a good ball player. I don't know about them. I mean, they've already sustained some injuries to Aiden Hutchinson. They're going to have to figure that out on the defense side of the ball. But like the Vikings, if Sam Darnold goes down, right? I mean, are they really going to make a trade for Matt Stafford? I mean, they're going to have to shake some things up. But every really good team is one injury away from being really bad, except for the Chiefs. They figure it out. They're just
the nature of
different,
the game,
bro.
though.
They're just
That's
different.
why I was caping for like Baker Mayfield or Matt Stafford, bringing them to Miami, dude. And I know like they don't want to take a backup role, but like, dude, we need.
I would have loved.
If Tua's gonna be a
Could
long
you
term,
imagine the
like-
bits and the I don't even know the content that we would have if Jameis Winston was a Miami Dolphin.
Oh,
Well,
I
they
want
just,
Mariota.
they just-
He would be throwing it so fucking. He'd throw 80-yard shots every series to Tyreek. He would be.
I would too, dude. At this
Why didn't
in
we
Seattle,
just go get Jameis?
they
Why
just
didn't we
Seattle
go get
game.
him?
they
the
just
Seattle
announced
game, we're
he's
like,
gonna
yo,
be
just send Tyreek deep and just throw it. Like, just throw it deep every play. Skylar wasn't going to make any reads. Just throw it deep every play, hope for a pass interference.
But there are guys out there that were available.
Yeah.
They were available. Jameis Winston was available.
They
man
don't
scratchers,
move on.
bro. He trusted
Crazy.
Skyler. He was too cocky with Skyler.
I don't really get it. Joe Flacco. Wasn't Joe Flacco?
Yes.
That's facts.
And
Joe
here's my
Flacco.
thing, bro. I know Tua. If you bring another good quarterback in that quarterback room, it's going to make Tua much better. It's going to make
that's
Tua work harder.
controversy. That's controversy.
How?
Try telling
Twitter
VBS.
disagrees.
Nah,
Tom
bro. That's going to bring – that's what Tua's done his entire life. He's beat out talent that's in the quarterback room with him. That makes him better. You've seen the Trent Dilfer thing. Oh, he was the worst quarterback I'd ever seen. I told him, go home and do these drills.
Yeah.
And he came back, and he's the best player he's ever seen. I mean, we've all seen the Trent Dilfer clip. We've seen what he did his freshman year in Alabama. I mean, he's everywhere he's went, he has risen to the occasion and gotten better because of the talent that surrounds him. It doesn't make any sense. And I know that he would love that. I know that he would love that. He would invite that. I just know him like that. That's something that he'd be like, but fuck it. My job. Like when Jacoby Brissett was there. Jacoby Brissett was there under the impression that he was going to be the starter in Miami. Tua was like, come get it, bro. Come fucking try to get it. You lost your damn mind. We know how that went.
Jacoby was trash in Miami.
The energy
Yeah,
is
but
different with
Jacoby,
him. Though.
Jacoby Brissett he was a starter to start the year in the fucking NFL, bro.
You could feel it in the stadium.
Yeah, no, the energy was different for sure.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Nick, because you can speak on this. You were with him throughout the whole draft process, and one of the coolest moments ever was when James Cook got drafted, and he looked miserable because it was the Bills. You say it's his personality,
Yeah.
but as a Dolphins fan, it felt awesome to say that and tweet
Yeah.
that. But go ahead.
No, he definitely always looks like that. That's just him, bro. Happy, sad. He's gonna be like this. That's it.
And be honest,
Running
Dalvin's
in for
not too far behind.
touchdowns.
They're both
Yeah.
like that, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
James doesn't really talk much either, too. It's like during the pre-draft process, I had a couple. I had like NFL Network. I had scouts all ask me questions about him, like, what's your funniest moment with James? And I was like, I don't have one, dude. I can make one up if you want. I can just fucking lie to you, but none, zero funny moments. Like everything is super serious, or just we're not even talking. We're just in the room together. Like it's just him. That's who he is. And I mean, when he got drafted, I remember actually going out to dinner with him in Indianapolis after he had done his combine stuff. And we were kind of celebrating, because the work was done. And that's when he really let loose and was smiling. I appreciate you, man. Love you, bro. Appreciate, everything you've done and the work we put in. And like, that was probably the most I've ever seen James open up, and because he could let his guard down and kind of like be, himself and just in a relaxed environment. But nah, dude, I think getting drafted it's just a dream. And I think, he was kind of like shell shocked and just, just happy. It maybe didn't look that way in his face, but that's what he looks like when he's happy. Yeah, man, I love James though. James is a great dude. James is the kind of guy James will text me in the off season, like, where we at today? And I'd be like, oh, it's 11 a.m. Training was at 9:30. So I'm actually at lunch. So you hungry? You want to meet me? Or, So and then he won't text me, and then he'll just show up to the field the next day at 9:30. That's just kind of who he is, and love him to death. Dalvin, complete opposite.
Oh, he's more of a shining star.
Oh, Dalvin just laughing and joking, and he's Mr. Hollywood, Mr. Cameras. Like Dalvin is just very outgoing and
Jets legend.
Hey, little brother syndrome, bro. Little brother syndrome.
Probably.
It always reverts back to it.
Probably.
I got 10% battery,
against us, bro.
I got 10%
Hey, let's wrap
battery.
it up, boys. That was a great show, man.
No, man, we're good, man. I had fun. It's good times.
No, this is good, Nick. We're gonna make it a monthly thing, like we said. This is 2 months in a row.
Yeah, whenever you want me on, bro, I'm in. Whenever you want me on, I'm in.
Nick
Just so everyone knows out there, we do have a non-compete contract clause signed by Nick Hicks.
The boys do pay me very well here, so the non-compete, I don't even think about it.
Hands off, motherfuckers.
I don't even think about it. It's in the back of my mind.
Well, all right, fellas. It was a great one.
All right, boys. Appreciate y'all, man.
Are we doing mailbag? Are we doing mailbag or no?
What is that?
Look, I'll be honest. The mailbag is deep. Look at
What is that? What's the mailbag?
The mailbag is deep.
I want to shower in a meal so bad right now.
Look, Joe is like, please no mailbag. Look.
I forgot about mailbag.
I don't even know.
Get stoned.
Listen,
Please.
we might have a second guest this week. Anyways, we can always circle back to the mailbag.
Okay.
Don't say the G.
I mean, my brother.
Don't say the G word around Ghost.
Yeah, he gets crazy with the G word.
Second guest.
We have a lingering potential. We could always circle back to the mailbag after, or we could just get on like a quick 15-30 mailbag episode. But
All right, cool.
There's some potential.
Bobby, this potential guest, 0 out of 10 in star power.
Star power to you?
0?
No. To Ghost is
All
probably.
right, just tell him it's Devon Best, buddy. It's Devon Best. We'll see you Thursday.
I'm tagging Devon Best, baby. Let's go.
Strong 6. Strong
Okay,
6.
I'll give it a 6.
Strong 6, especially to Ghost.
Wait, is this the one you were telling me about? Where
No, that's a 10.
No.
That's hashtag legend. That's hashtag legend.
I don't know about
That's
that.
what I'm talking about.
No. It's not the one I've been hyping up. Nick, I have someone I made contact with that I've been in discussions with that said they're down, but it's not ready yet. And I'm telling the boy, I'm just gonna announce it on Twitter. They're not even gonna know, and they're just gonna see the tweet. I can't wait to see their reaction.
I love that. It's that same person that you told me about backstage when they weren't here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey, hashtag legend, baby.
Got you.
Ghost thinks I'm playing. That's the
just gonna
best
be dope.
part.
That's just
The
going to be
best
dope.
part-
That's going to be dope.
The best
Give me
part
a
is
dope.
Ghost thinks I'm like hyping up a bush. Wait till you hear this one, boy.
Dude,
All right,
hey,
well, guys,
Bobby's going to
yeah.
get the Ouija board out. He's going to get Don Shula on here.
Let's go.
The ghost
Dude,
of
could you
Don
imagine?
Shula.
Hologram Shula. Hologram Shula.
That's crazy.
Oh, shit. All right, boys. I'm out of
Somebody
here.
will be making that Twitter handle tomorrow.
That's
Hologram Shula. Dude, Hologram Shula's sick,
Kind of
actually.
hits.
Yeah, I'm going
All
to
right,
make that right
boys.
now. Let me get off here.
All right, y'all.
All right, boys.
All
Have
right,
a good night,
appreciate y'all
man.
for hanging out.
Later.
See you later.